Hey, I'm Camille Martin. I'm a registered dietitian and creator of the Crown mobile app to help women lose weight without dieting, get their ideal body, change their health habits, and reach their full potential. I created this app because of my own experience of dieting and failing over and over and over again. I did that for about 20 years of my life. I dieted, I did every single diet you could ever think of. I took diet pills, I over-exercised, and I even developed an eating disorder, all in an effort to lose the same 15 or 20 pounds. So I know what it feels like to be completely demoralized, to feel like a failure, and to feel like you have wasted so many years of your life but never achieving your only goal of losing weight. So in my own experience, I finally figured out after so many years of doing this that diets don't work. We've heard that before, but it's absolutely true. They don't work for a lot of reasons. And the only thing that does work is changing your health habits. So what I figured out the hard way is that doing two things at the same time was critical in me getting my ideal body. I took baby steps to change my bad habits and to develop good health habits. And I also set and achieved really big goals that had nothing to do with what I looked like. And it's the combination of these two things, gradually changing your health habits by taking baby steps and building your confidence, and also setting a big goal that you probably had a long time ago but completely forgot about, or was completely displaced by making your only goal losing weight. When you put these two together, making progress, taking small steps, and successfully making those changes, it builds your confidence, and then the positive focus of having an inspiring goal that doesn't have anything to do with what you look like or that doesn't make you feel bad about yourself. All of that inspiration and positive energy makes it easy for you to do the right things that do help you lose weight and achieve great health in your ideal body. So I want to quickly tell you my story in the hopes that it inspires you and so you can understand better why I actually made this app. So I remember when I was in my early 30s, I was living in Atlanta and I had been dieting and failing for years on end and never getting anywhere. I lost the weight, I gained it back. You're probably familiar with that. So I remember sitting on my couch in my little apartment in Atlanta and crying and saying to myself, I just can't do this anymore. I'm sick of it. I was tired of waking up every day and looking down to see if I still looked fat, weighing myself and being disappointed, constantly thinking about what I was going to eat that day or try not to eat, counting calories, cutting carbs, taking 10,000 steps. It was just insanity, and I couldn't take it anymore. I was sick of it. Literally, it was the dominating thought in my mind. It was the dominating goal of my whole life. And I was putting all of my fun, big goals on hold. Once I lose weight, then. I'm sure you're familiar with that too. So I decided, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not gonna diet. I'm not gonna force myself out on some heinous 10-mile run just to kill myself and beat my body into submission. And I was really afraid that once I made this decision that I was gonna wake up the next day and just, gain 50 pounds by doing whatever I wanted to do. But that's not what happened. I woke up the next day and I said, you know what? I'm gonna eat whatever I want, and I'm not gonna work out if I don't feel like it. And if I do, I will, but if I don't, I won't. The opposite of what I thought was gonna happen is what happened. Without all of that pressure and without all of that stress and the, being so hard on myself constantly, with all of that gone, I felt relaxed, and it was easy for me to think clearly and to start making the right choices. Nothing was loaded. It wasn't so like dire or life or death. And it was easy for me to make the right choices. Without all of that pressure, I wasn't being pushed to do the things I was trying not to do. So without the stress of, I'm not gonna drink tonight, I'm not gonna drink 3 glasses of wine, when all of that was gone, I didn't feel like drinking 3 glasses of wine, or I didn't feel like eating a whole carton of ice cream because I felt peaceful and relaxed. So what I ended up doing was making tiny changes to what I was already doing. And I realized that after taking a series of baby steps, I was actually changing my habits, which is the only thing that really does work. Now, while I was doing this, I also felt so excited and I felt like I was making progress. And so I felt motivated and I had all of this positive energy, and without directing all of my energy toward how can I change my body, I started thinking of things that I always wanted to do that I hadn't done. So, for example, I'd always wanted to live in a foreign country. I'd always wanted to live in France. So what I did was started investigating, like, how could I live there? What steps could I take to go live in France? And I started doing that and taking those baby steps toward achieving that big goal. And I ended up quitting my job and moving to France and working in a hotel for a year. So I cannot tell you what an amazing feeling that was to not only be changing my body in the easiest way, but to also be setting and achieving big goals that I'd always had, like running a marathon, living in France. Doing those things and being successful at that gave me so much confidence and so much positive energy. It was like I got my spark back for my life. So this is how those two work synergistically, changing your habits one after the other by taking small baby steps, and then setting and achieving a big goal that really inspires you and makes you feel excited about your life. Both of those, doing them simultaneously, gives you that spark back and helps you feel so good about yourself that it's easy to do the right things. Also, when you are setting and achieving a big goal, you're too busy to be sitting around thinking about, what am I not supposed to eat today, or how much do I weigh? All of that is just completely gone. And then when you're doing both over a period of time, you start to, yes, lose weight, but you start to get in the best shape of your life, your ideal body, not somebody else's. I had a picture of Jennifer Aniston on my vision board because I wanted her body. You don't want someone else's body. You want your own ideal body, and that is what you will get by using this app and doing those two together, changing your habits and setting and achieving a big, inspiring goal. Now I'm going to show you how to use the app. So now we're on the home screen. It's welcoming you and telling you the date and any tasks that you might have. So in the blank space in the middle, it's showing you have no habits set yet and no goals set. So let's do that. You're going to tap on habit at the bottom and then add new habit. So let's say the area you most want to focus on is your physical health. So you tap that and hit next. And let's say your goal or your habit you'd like to improve on is to drink less alcohol. Let's tap that and hit next. So the app is going to automatically give you 2 or 3 pre-populated baby steps that you can take. So let's say that this week you want to limit yourself to only 3 drinks, and if I can get this to scroll up, and every time you have a glass of wine or a drink, you're going to have a glass of water prior to doing that. So the middle baby step, we're going to delete that because that's not what we're going to work on this week. So let's say here are our 2 baby steps. Now let's say Thursday and Friday you already have plans to go out, so you're not going to do that. You're not going to try to stick to this baby step of this habit on Thursday or Friday. So we're going to tap and hold Thursday and tap and hold Friday and remove those. And we're going to do the same for the other baby step. Okay, now you've got 3 days this week that you're taking baby steps in order to achieve this habit change. So let's say on Monday you did it, and Tuesday you also did that baby step. So you've done it successfully on Monday. And when you click next and do the home icon at the bottom left, you're going to see now your current habit is to drink less alcohol, and you've got 2 baby step changes or micro changes that you're working on. And since you did it successfully on Monday, you can see that it's 33% complete. And when you tap all 3, it'll be 100%. Now let's create a big goal to go with that habit. Tap on the goal icon and add a new goal, and it's going to give you areas of interest that you can choose from, like cooking, physical fitness, fashion, and then travel is at the bottom. That's my personal favorite, so let's tap travel. And then the app gives you ideas for big goals that you could set. You can also create your own new big goal, just like you can for the habit if it's not listed. So let's say you want to live in a foreign country. Tap that, and next. The very first thing you're going to do is set a date. And let's say it's a year from now that you want to have that done. You click confirm. And now I'm going to tap live in a foreign country and say live in Paris. Okay. Now, for the baby steps to this big goal, it's got some that are already listed for you. So you can see the first one that's possible is choose your city and country. We already did that, so we're going to click the 3 dots and hit delete. So let's say the first thing that I want to do is apply for a passport, and I'm going to tap the date on that, and I want to have that done by next week. So I'm going to confirm that. And then research requirements for living in Paris. I'm going to set that date as 2 months from now. Let's just say December 1st. Confirm that. Now, since I'm going to apply for the passport first, I'm going to move that one up, tap and hold the 3 lines and move it up. So now I've got them in order. And let's also say, let's fill out the rest of these dates. Learn key phrases. We're going to do that also by December. Confirm. And then find a place to live. That's a big one. So we're going to do that in January of next year. Confirm. So for finding a place to live, I think that's a pretty big step that I'll be taking. So I'm going to tap the 3 dots next to that one and add a reward. And I'm going to get a facial or spa treatment when I do that. And now the crown will show up, which indicates that you've set a reward to claim once you take that step. Now I'm going to click next. And when I go to the home screen now, I've got my current habit of drinking less until I move to Paris, and then I'm going to drink more. And then my current big goal is to live in Paris. And it's showing you under that goal, my next step is to apply for a passport. And that deadline is for next Thursday, November 7th. And then my final deadline of living in Paris is a year from now, October 30th. It's showing me that I've got the reward set down there. And so now the app is going to remind you. You can set your own reminders for your own steps that you want to take. And it's going to tell you, it's going to remind you, don't forget to take that step. Now, also on the home screen, if you want to set a task, let's say today's tasks, and you click add task. Let's say that you need to go to the bookstore to buy a book for your goal or your habit. And you can type in there bookstore. And then when you go back to the home screen, enter, go back to the home screen, you can see now you have one task that's showing up that you need to take. Now let's look at the bottom area where all of your icons are. If you tap on inspiration, this is where it's going to show you articles that are related to your habit or your goal. You get a chance to create your own mantra. You can select your mantra. You can say, believe in yourself, you deserve the best, you got this, or you can create your own and you can say something like, I love myself, or something that's inspiring to you. So there's I love myself. I'm going to click that. And then whenever I open the inspiration piece of the app, it's going to show me my mantra. It's going to show me articles that I can read or documentaries I can watch that keep me on track and stay inspired to achieve all of my goals. So as you can see, this app helps you set and achieve goals, not in a vacuum, but with the help and assistance of being reminded daily of what you need to do, of rewarding yourself for all the accomplishments that you achieve, and being inspired with personalized recommendations that fit your habit and your goal. If you've agreed to test this app for me, I cannot tell you how grateful I am. And what I want you to do is just use it for a week, set a habit, set a goal, and start working toward achieving both of them. You don't have to be completely successful. Just get started so that you can see how the app works. And I want you to have fun with it. I don't want this to be a chore. Just have fun and make notes mentally or on paper of what you like about it and what could be improved. I think the best question you could ask yourself is, wouldn't it be cool if this app did X, Y, or Z? So once you've made notes of that and you've used it for a week, I'm gonna send you a survey, a very short survey, to get all of your feedback. You can get the link to the app in the App Store in the description of this video. And if you know of anybody that would benefit from the app, I would be so grateful if you would share it with them. I'm Camille Martin, and thank you so much for watching.